The circumstances of our birth are incredibly important. And here's an interview with Miley Cyrus, who talks about her mother's birth, which she actually experienced whilst in a trance state using the therapy EMDR. Now, we also go back to those pre-verbal states and birth in rebirthing breathwork, and this is a fantastic example about releasing a trauma, a thought that was, and a decision that was made at her mother's birth and how it's impacted her. And it's also a wonderful example of transgenerational trauma.
What's the feeling of anxiety that comes up for you when you're performing? And I never even thought about it before, but in my hypnotic place said, I just want them to love me so bad. And he said, when was the first time you felt that way? And then suddenly the train stopped moving forward and it started going backwards. And I saw myself, it sounds so trippy, but this is medical. This is real.
It is real. I've done it.
It's real. I saw myself in the womb of my biological grandmother because my mom was adopted. And I heard my mom's biological parents talking about putting her up for adoption. And I felt myself being inside of her womb as my mother, hearing them speaking about giving her away. And my mom thinking, I just want them to want me. I want them to love me so bad. Huh. And then when's the next time you felt that way? Fast forward, I see my mom being handed to my grandmother who adopted her, who's my everything, Lorette. And then just like that, I see myself being handed to my grandmother too as a baby. So I realized because my mom had a really intense, very dangerous pregnancy with me. So I wasn't actually handed to my mom. I was handed to my grandma. So I saw myself being handed to the same woman that my mom was handed to. And I felt our unison right away. And he's like, keep going, keep going. And I found myself on a mountaintop in a place that I had experienced a lot of like trauma, in the snow in Montana. It was just like a moment that was just a really intense kind of like, I guess just being surrounded by nature, you know, it really puts you in your place. And I saw myself there as a little girl in a coat that I used to love, this like little red coat with a red beret. And I saw all these people that had brought me so much peace and love all of a sudden show up. My dog that died a couple years ago, my grandma, my mom, it'll get me, my boyfriend that I have now, and they all grabbed me by the hands and we started playing Ring Around the Rosie, and I came out of it and I've never had stage fright again, ever.